Hello again. This is just a quick follow-up to my 4 facts and a lie video so that you know which is the fact, which is the lie, and a little bit about each one of those things. It just kind of gives you a bit more background on me to some degree. So, what order am I going to do them in? I'll do them in the order that I see fit. So we'll start with this. Was I really ever a amateur astrologer? Did I really stargaze? Did I really look up at the sky and try to predict the future? Well, I didn't look up at the sky at all, but it's all books and paper and stuff. But yes, I did for 15 bloody years, and I believed it. I really believed it. I had my own way of explaining it in terms of the so-called mechanics. I'm going to have to do a whole video on that separately at some point, because it would be interesting to tell you how I got into it, how I sort of self-indoctrinated myself, and what made me believe it, more importantly, and how I eventually got out of it. Most people who argue against astrology, it's a bit like arguing against fundamentalist Christianity. If you don't know the subject, you don't know how to argue the subject, and so you say the wrong things. And 9.9% of people out of 10, no, 9.9 people out of 10 people, yeah, they argue it the wrong way. They argue the wrong things, and so it doesn't make any impression on the astrologer, because they're saying, well, yeah, but you're not arguing the right stuff. So that's the problem. Even James Randi is guilty of arguing the wrong fucking thing to astrologers, because he's not an astrologer, and therefore, although what he's doing is logical and correct and accurate, it doesn't make any impact on the astrologer, because they see it and think of it in a completely different way. I'll have to explain to you how to argue that at some point, because I did get out of it eventually. But I did have an interesting way of explaining it to myself at the time, of how it worked, or how I thought it worked. Right, anyway, let's move on before this gets bogged down in a big bog of quagmiry shit. Did I ever work down a coal mine? Yes, I did, for 8 years. And the way this happened, I mean, I am the bloody last person on planet Earth to work down a coal mine. I mean, you know, I'm clumsy, I'm fucking accident prone. I'm amazed I lived, to be honest. How did I get through those 8 years? I'll never freaking know. But basically what happened, when I left school, I didn't really have a particular direction. I had ideas and stuff that I wanted to do, but in those days, those far-off days, you couldn't really do some of these things as a full-time job, or it wasn't. You just were required to go out and get a job and earn some money. And so I went to the careers officer, a little bit vague and wishy-washy in my head as to where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do immediately. And so I said to the careers officer, do you know what, I'd like to write. Maybe I could do a bit of journalism or something like that. You know, naively thinking you could just fucking do that. And but I thought, you know, he could probably point me in the right direction. So he went, oh, journalism. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's cool. Right, let me have a look at your grades. Right. Okay. Right. Good. Well, we have some application forms over here. Just answer one simple question. Are you any good with a shovel? And that was it, really, and that was me down the fucking coal mine. So I filled in these forms that, you know, I went in for one fucking thing and come out with something in a completely different universe. And so I filled in these forms, and I went and did this bloody interview, which I must have given them the most ambivalent, couldn't give a shite interview you've ever seen in your freaking life. 3 days later, I got a letter through. Congratulations, you got the job. Well, what the fuck? What the hell have I got to do not to get this fucking job? How does that work? You know, nepotism, that's what it is. You see, I got bloody family members who are working there. So anyway, so there I was for the next 8 freaking years. And I eventually got out of that. So, next fact, or next thing, fact. Did I ever appear in a movie with Rob Lowe? With? Sort of, yes, I did. It was just as an extra. I used to do a lot of walk-on TV extra parts and stuff like that. And I've been bloody everything, me. I've been a doctor, a policeman. I've been an 18th century fucking butcher. I've been everything. And I used to just turn up and, you know, the agent would say, we need you to do such and such. All right, okay. And I'd turn up for a day and, you know, just do whatever they wanted me to do and then bugger off home. And so one day I turned up and Rob Lowe was there. And I was, shit, nobody told me about this. But it was at a point in his career where it was kind of like that, says he who was the extra. And what was my career fucking doing? Oh, I didn't have one. Oh, yes, I remember. So anyway, so I just turned up and did my bit. And after I'd done this, for years afterwards, I thought they'd never completed this movie. I thought, where is it? I never saw it anywhere. Didn't see it on TV or anything. I thought, fuck it, they'd never completed it. That's what I thought. And then about 15 years later, I'm in this big sort of massive department store with fucking televisions and DVDs and God knows what. And I'm going through these DVDs and I see this thing. Shit, that's that movie. That's the one I'm supposed to be in. Supposed to be, because you never know when they edit these things. Because as an extra, just because you turned up and did the job doesn't mean you're going to be in the film. Nah, it makes no difference. All that matters to them is they get the shots that they need that push the story forward. It doesn't matter about you, and it's not meant to matter about you. That's not the point. The point is you're there to make up whatever bits of background are needed or whatever you need to be told to do. Some parts are a bit more featured than others. Sometimes you might even get to say a line. Yeah, or if you're very lucky. And that usually means more money, but not much more. But anyway, so I'm getting off the track now. So yes, I did that. Here's a quick screenshot. So that was me. That was a much younger me, as you can see. And so anyway, so moving on, am I a member of the Magic Circle? Now, for those of you that live outside of the UK, you're probably thinking, what the bloody hell, Magic, what? Because it's fairly well known within the UK, not so well known outside the UK, I don't think, but although there are a lot of members all around the world who are members of the Magic Circle, and yes, I am a member. I've been a member for a while now, and basically it's a society for magicians, and so you got to be good at card tricks and shit. So there you go. So I am, and so that leaves us with one thing: am I scared of lizards, iguanas, and elephants? Shall we just run by that again? Lizards, iguanas, and elephants. I did say there'd be a clue, didn't I? And I did capitalise those three: L-I-E, lizards, iguanas, a lie. And one person actually got it. A few people guessed the right one, but only one person actually sussed the clue. And so congrats to you. I've forgotten what your bloody thing was, but I'm going to put it up on the screen now so everybody can applaud you. Well done. And your prize, sir, is to gloat. You can gloat for a week. I'll give you a week of gloating now. Right. I shall see you again with something actually useful soon. Bye for now.